forgot to do the second part of question 12. So write down the letter of the graph that would have the equation y equals minus 1 over x squared. So 1 over x is in this bit and this bit. So if it was that bit and that bit, that's positive. I think negative would be this bit. I'm just going to check. So, because it's slightly different, because 1 over x squared, if you think about it, x squared can't be negative. So, although it will be in a minute. So let's try one or two questions in that, and then we can find out. So let's try negative 1 in there. So that gives us, negative 1 gives us 1 over 1, but that's a negative. So negative 1 gives us negative 1. So if we're here, that means it can only be there, if you see what I mean. So it's either got to be that one or that one. I know it's not that one, but let's try it. 1 would be 1 squared, so it would also be negative 1. So it's actually D. So if you can't see the answer, put in a couple of things and you'll see how they read off. Right, the cumulative frequency graph gives information about the times and seconds that 80 adults took to log in to an online bank. Find the estimate for the median time. So that's 40 people is half. So if we go in there, it means that on average, or the median would be 25 seconds. That's not too bad, is it? Work out the percentage of the adults who took longer than 50 seconds to log in and show clearly how you get there. So I'd say people that took longer than 50, and then let's go along there, and I think that is, I think it's 75. Now, that means that's 5 out of 80. So it's 5 out of 80 times 100 of the people that take a while to log in, but even then they're not taking that long. Times 100 equals, so 6.25% take longer than 50%. Take longer than 50 seconds even, not minutes. Good Lord. Right, it's a circle theorem thing. So, A, B, C are points on a circle. Yes, they are. Centre O. Angle OAC, okay, is 52. Find the size of the angle of ABC. ABC. I was going to say that's quite easy, but we don't actually know this one. So we know that this one is going the one AOC is going to be twice ABC. And we also know that this and this are the same because they're an isosceles triangle. We know this because radii are the same because a circle goes the same way all the way around. So that's 52 because the angles at a base of an isosceles triangle are 52. So 180 minus 52 times 2, which is 104, is 76. And if that's 76, we know that half 76 equals 38 degrees. So that means ABC is 38 degrees. Now, what I've done, which hasn't been okay, is not given any reasons. So let me just go through and make my reasons clear. So AO equals CO, therefore isosceles triangle. Base angles are the same. (52) angles in a triangle sum to 180. Therefore, AOC equals 76, and ABC is half of AOC because the angle at the circumference is half that at the centre for something that subtends, for some sort of subtending a chord. I think I'd get that. I'm not entirely sure. The actual maths was quite easy. Make n the subject of a formula. Okay, so I'm not going to write it out again. I'm just going to times out by 3n minus 4. And that equals 3p plus n. I'm then going to times out the... I'm going to expand the bracket on that side. Right, the next thing you have to do, you have to get n's all on one side and everything else on the other. So we're going to take n off this side. And I'm going to add 3x on, 4x even, onto both sides. Now, we have all our n's on one side and all the other stuff on the other. So remove the n from this. So factorise 3nx minus n. So you get n, 3x minus 1. And n equals 3p plus 4x over 3x minus 1. And that's that. Oh, you can put it down there if you want. I don't know how much more should I do. Oh, right, this is quite quick, so I might just do this. So y equals 4x cubed minus 8x plus 5. And we've got to find the points on the curve where the gradient is a third. Now, a gradient means that you have to differentiate, unless it's a straight line, in which case you could just look at what's in front of x. But in this case, we'll differentiate y to dy by dx, and that gives us 12x squared minus 8. Now, there's 2 points on the curve where the gradient is a third, so we have to make that equal to a third. So 1/3 equals 12x squared minus 8. So 1 equals 36x squared minus 24, and 0 equals 36x squared minus 25. So now we know what the 2 points are going to be. They're going to be, this is 2 squares, so it's going to be 6x and a 5, and 6x and a 5 with a plus and a minus in between, which gives us x is going to equal 5/6 and minus 5/6. And then you have to put those back into there. I don't think I estimated quite how much work I was going to have to do here. 5/6 cubed minus 8 times 5/6 plus 5. So that is, let's have a little look what this works out as. 5/6 times 4 minus 8. Oh no, delete. Minus 5. I'm not sure this is going to look right after all this. I might stop for a minute and then come back to this. By the way, do give us a like and put in what you'd like me to talk about in the comments.